Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Hayley and on this channel I document my transition into a more natural, intentional lifestyle, which includes coming off the pill and reducing my plastic and meat intake. So if that's of interest to you, click subscribe below and join me on this journey. I would love to have you aboard. In today's video, we're going to be talking about coming off the pill and specifically my 3-month review of being off the pill. So if you haven't seen my coming off the pill video before, which shows you what to expect on the first month from coming off the pill, I will link it above here. Today is just going to be a 3-month review from coming off the pill. I'm actually 3.5 months since I started coming off the pill, and I'm just going to tell you what I've experienced and what you may also experience in this time frame from stopping your hormonal birth control. So firstly, in my previous video, I said that my mood had been intense. I was intensely annoyed or intensely in the mood more than I would have before when I was on the pill. In the last 3 months, I would say it's definitely even out. I don't feel those intense emotions anymore. I don't feel crazy, which I did previously. So I think that those emotions and the hormones have definitely balanced out and I feel normal again, whatever normal means. Secondly, I wanted to cover acne and spots. Previously, I watched a lot of other videos that said that they had flawless skin after coming off hormonal birth control. I feel like I've actually got more spots than I used to have. Maybe I have more isolated big spots instead of several small spots, but I definitely feel like I have some more. I don't know if you can see, I've got a couple there and a few here, a couple on my forehead, so they're not ideal. I'm trying to figure out a pattern of when they come during my cycle. At the moment, they just seem to be random. I get them before my period, during my period, around ovulation, anytime really. So I'm hoping that will even out and I'll just get them once a month due to hormones, or maybe hopefully they will die down completely. As well as my big random spots I get, I do still have like a bumpy skin, which I used to have. I don't know if you can tell, but I just had like tiny red lumps, which I still get, and they don't really bother me that much if I'm completely honest, especially during lockdown where I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't matter as much. I also wanted to cover the cervical mucus that I have been experiencing. I know it's totally TMI, but it's about coming off the pill, so it's gonna have to be done. So I have experienced some cervical mucus throughout my cycle and it's been pretty much in line with what you expect to see. So at the beginning of your cycle, after your period is finished, you don't tend to get anything. Then you sometimes get a milky white sticky discharge, and then at ovulation you'll get a clear stretchy discharge and then dry again until your period comes. And I've definitely experienced a little bit of that, not too much, but just enough to tell me where I am in my cycle, which has actually been quite good. It's been nice to know that my body's doing the right things. I've obviously not ovulated properly in the 11 years that I was on the pill, so it's good to know that my body is just recalibrating and doing what it should be doing. In terms of periods, I got my first period after 23 days of coming off the pill, which is just over 3 weeks. The NHS website says that you get them back between 2 and 4 weeks after stopping the pill, so I was pretty much average. I know some people can take months and even years to get their period back, but I was quite lucky, I think, and got it back pretty soon. Since then, my periods have been semi-regular. My first cycle was 23 days, my second cycle was 25 days, and the last cycle I had was 28 days, and currently on my 4th cycle, and I think it'll be around 28 days again. So I'm hoping that will become more regular. I know that it does take a long time for your periods to regulate, at least a year for that to be a normal. So I'm still trying to figure out what my normal is, whether that is 28 days or not. When I wasn't on the pill 11-12 years ago, I remember that my periods were really regular at 33 days. So I don't know if my periods will go back to 33 days, but they do get shorter as you age. And obviously I've aged 12 years, so my regular could be different to when it was before. Also on periods, I did want to note that my first period from coming off the pill was actually really quite painful. My periods used to be really painful when I was younger, so I was expecting it to be painful again. But since that first period, I have definitely had cramps still, but those second, third, fourth periods were definitely not as painful as I was expecting and as that first period. And I have spoken to a few other people who have come off the pill as well recently, and they said that the first period after that pill was really painful, and then they got better and better throughout. So hopefully I'll get to a stage where it doesn't affect me at all, although I know that's probably unlikely because I've always suffered with period cramps. One of the other things that I've learned in the last 3 months from coming off birth control is learning how my body reacts and what it does around the ovulation. I have experienced ovulation pain, which I have never experienced before. The way I try to describe it is it's half period pain cramps and half bursting for a pee bladder pain sort of cramps. So these cramps are lower down than my normal period pain, and the pain also does vary between being left or right depending on what ovary is releasing the egg this month. I've also been able to confirm ovulation through tracking my temperature, and I have just done a recent video about tracking your temperature to try and find your ovulation or trying to figure out your cycles a bit more, and I'll link that above as well if that's of interest to you. Another thing I wanted to mention was my last cycle was the first cycle I tracked my temperature, and I was concerned that I didn't ovulate. And I spoke to a few people in this community, and they also experienced a cycle where they didn't ovulate on their third cycle from coming off the pill. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence, it's just your body getting back to normal, but I do think it's quite normal for you not to ovulate now and again. If you don't ovulate consistently, then that is a cause for concern, and you probably should see your GP about that. But in general, having a cycle without ovulation now and again is completely normal. Overall, coming off the pill, I have actually felt quite empowered as a woman, as a menstruator, to get everything back working in order. I know it's not completely in order, it's still going to take several more cycles for my body to be their normal and their best, but I feel like I'm on the right track and I have all the great signs that my body is doing what it should be doing. So overall, I'm super glad that I decided to stop taking the pill. I hope this video has been useful for people thinking about coming off the pill and wondering what those first few months is going to look like. Yours can obviously be different to mine, but these are my experiences, and I've spoken to a few other people and they also have similar experiences, but every single person is different and will experience things differently. So it's just about knowing your body, knowing what's abnormal for you and what you may need to go to your GP about, or what is just normal for your body, getting back into the rhythm of things. So if you like this video, please like below and subscribe if you want to follow me along. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.